Fortinet FCSS_NST_SE 7.6 exam practice questions with explanations are available in the video for you to study. When the server name indication, SNI, does not match the common name, CN, or any subject alternative name, SAN, in the presented certificate, what does FortiGate do by default during SSL certificate inspection? A. It terminates the SSL session due to invalid name matching. B. It prioritizes the first SAN entry listed in the certificate. C. It references the CN value within the subject field. D. It uses the SNI directly from the client request. The answer is C. When FortiGate performs SSL certificate inspection, it primarily verifies the certificate's CN field if the SNI does not match. The CN acts as the fallback identifier when SAN validation fails. This mechanism ensures backward compatibility for servers not using SAN extensions. The connection continues if the CN appears valid and trusted. If not, the session is dropped to prevent potential man-in-the-middle risks. Which phase in IKEv2 handles the Diffie-Hellman key exchange process? A. IKE_auth. B. create_child_saw. C. IKE_req_init. D. IKE_saw_init. The answer is D. The IKE_saw_init exchange initiates the IKEv2 negotiation by performing the Diffie-Hellman key exchange and setting up encryption algorithms. This phase establishes a secure channel before authentication occurs in the IKE_auth phase. Without a successful key exchange in IKE_saw_init, later phases cannot proceed. It's critical for generating shared secrets that protect future IPsec data traffic. Which two methods can be used to verify heartbeat communication between FortiGate and an FSSO collector agent? Choose 2. A. Reviewing logs in the collector agent software. B. Using Diagnose Debug Auth FSSO list on FortiGate. C. Viewing system memory statistics on FortiGate. D. Capturing packets on TCP port 8013. The answer is AB. Heartbeat messages indicate ongoing communication between FortiGate and the FSSO collector agent. Administrators can verify these heartbeats using both the collector agent logs and FortiGate's debug tools. These periodic messages confirm that user session synchronization remains active. Missing heartbeats may cause user identity mismatches or policy failures. Therefore, consistent monitoring ensures reliable FSSO operation. Which statement best describes how FortiGate advertises prefixes using BGP? A. Prefixes configured via the network command are directly advertised. B. Only redistributed routes are eligible for BGP advertisements. C. BGP automatically advertises all connected subnets. D. Static routes are never advertised through BGP. The answer is A. When an administrator uses the network command, FortiGate advertises those specific prefixes into BGP. This manual declaration ensures that only intended networks are shared. Redistributed or connected routes require explicit configuration to appear in BGP advertisements. This mechanism prevents accidental root leaks and ensures policy-based control over network propagation. What could prevent two FortiGate devices from forming an OSPF adjacency? A. One router requires authentication while the other does not. B. Both routers use identical interface costs. C. They reside in the same OSPF area. D. Both routers are in point-to-point network mode. The answer is A. If authentication configurations differ between OSPF peers, adjacency cannot be established. OSPF packets include authentication data to validate neighbor identity. When one side uses authentication and the other doesn't, the hello packets are rejected. Ensuring identical authentication methods and passwords on both sides resolves the issue and allows adjacency to form correctly. What happens when the primary FortiGate in a cluster fails? A. The new primary continues forwarding existing sessions seamlessly. B. All sessions are terminated, requiring clients to reconnect. C. The backup FortiGate must manually resynchronize configuration. D. The cluster reboots both members to reinitialize the session table. The answer is A. In an HA configuration, session synchronization ensures stateful failover. When the primary fails, the secondary takes over without interrupting active sessions. FortiGate maintains identical session tables across cluster units using dedicated HA links. This minimizes downtime, allowing users to continue their activities uninterrupted. Proper heartbeat monitoring ensures smooth transitions between units. Which of the following describes a valid capability of FortiGate automation stitches? A. They can chain multiple actions using the output of previous actions. B. They only trigger system-level alerts and cannot execute CLI commands. C. They must run on the root FortiGate device only. D. They cannot use diagnostic command results as email attachments. The answer is A. Automation stitches allow FortiGate to perform intelligent responses to events. Each action can feed its result into subsequent actions, creating logical workflows. For example, a system event may trigger diagnostics, capture results, and send them via email. This dynamic automation enhances visibility and reduces manual intervention in routine troubleshooting. Which command best captures encrypted IPsec traffic between two FortiGate devices when no NAT device exists between them? A. Diagnose sniffer packet any UDP port 4500. B. Diagnose sniffer packet any IP Prota 50 inches. C. Diagnose sniffer packet any D. Diagnose sniffer packet any UDP port 500. The answer is B. Encapsulated Security Payload (ESP) uses IP protocol number 50 for data encryption within IPsec tunnels. When no NAT device is involved, ESP packets are sent directly without UDP encapsulation. Capturing traffic on this protocol allows administrators to verify encrypted data exchange. If NAT traversal were in use, UDP port 4500 would instead be applicable. When FortiGate enters conserve mode due to memory constraints, which two statements are true? Choose 2. A. It begins rejecting new sessions that require content inspection. B. It drops all new sessions immediately. C. It exits conserve mode when memory falls below the green threshold. D. It restarts automatically after conserve mode ends. The answer is AC. Conserve mode is designed to protect system stability when memory usage becomes critically high. FortiGate restricts new sessions that require deep inspection, reducing processing load. Once memory usage drops below a predefined safe threshold, normal operations resume. This adaptive approach preserves system performance during temporary overload conditions. If a FortiGate must select a FortiGuard distribution server, FDS, among several options, which factor determines the preferred choice? A. The lowest latency and highest weight score. B. The first server alphabetically in the list. C. The server with the lowest time zone offset. D. The server located in the same subnet. The answer is A. FortiGate dynamically chooses an optimal FDS based on response latency and server weight. These parameters ensure that the device connects to the most efficient update source. Weight reflects server reliability and availability, while latency measures real-time responsiveness. This algorithmic selection enhances update speed and minimizes network delay.